Well, this year, 2017, on the 28th of January, it's the Chinese New Year, and the Chinese sign for this year is the fire rooster. And that's an interesting sign. Actually, first of all, because it's a fire sign is interesting. Fire is an element that adds vitality to things. It adds clarity as well because it's a light. So all the qualities of the rooster this year are going to be sort of more powerful than normal. It's a very powerful thing to add the element of fire. In fact, in terms of Chinese astrology, Donald Trump, who is a fire dog sign, who will have some difficulties in the year of the Chinese rooster, because he's energetic with that sign, but at the same time the fire sign of rooster tends to be more stabilizing, so that it can show, not having a lot of opposition to what you try to do. But anyway, so we're talking about the fire sign of the rooster. Now, the rooster is a stickler. They like punctuality. The rooster, of course, is the bird that calls and wakes everybody up in the morning. So they like everything on time. They're a little bit OCD in some respects when it comes to everything just as it should be. They like neatness. So as an influence over this year, we should see from this sign the influence of attempts to find stability in the world, to get orders correct. I know we're in very chaotic times, but from a Chinese astrology point of view, it's quite a good thing to have a rooster, I think, now, after we've had the fire monkeys and things like that. This is a better sign. Things don't happen all of a sudden, though, with this sign. You don't expect everything to pay off all of a sudden. It's not like that. But with the rooster is also, they've got a lot of loyalty. They're very committed. They have a lot of family values, and all these type of things are on the rooster's agenda. So from when this sign influences yours, these are the things that may be the focus for many people over the coming year. So if you focus on these areas, you should end up ruling the roost, because it's loyalty, commitment, family values. Those are all the things that are important to the rooster. Okay, I'm now going to go through the signs one at a time and tell you how you will fare during the year of the rooster. Okay, I'm going to do the rat first. Now, if you don't know your sign, you can come to my website, and there's a list of the signs with the dates and so forth, so you can find out what your Chinese sign is. But anyway, the rat during the year of the rooster. It's going to be a busy year for you. There's a lot to do. You're going to need to be fast about what you do. You're going to be bombarded with lots of challenges and things you've got to do. Now, as a rat, you should be quite witty and charming, and you tend to avoid confrontation. So there's going to be a lot going on, but hopefully you won't be pulled into confrontation. In money, it should be a good year for you. You should be spending a lot, but a lot coming in. And it's going to be a year when you probably might tidy yourself up. You might buy new clothes, things like that. And it's supposed to be a good year for finding love. So it's a good year all round, particularly if you're looking for, that date and so forth. All those type of things should be in the sign for you. The year of the ox. It should be a good, fun year for you as well. Actually, the ox does well with roosters. They make quite a good team. So in terms of this year, it will allow you to form sort of strong alliances, make friends. It should new opportunities, sort of time for new jobs and things like that, and making the tide turn in your favour. You've got to be cautious at this time, as the ox mustn't take high-risk ventures. Don't go into gambling, don't do risky share deals, and keep your finances, on an even keel for this year, the suggestion is. In terms of love and relationship, it's a time of you could pursue love and romance. It's supposed to be pretty good in this time. And you've got to be also, there is the possibility also that you could break friendships, so you've got to be cautious there. But overall, a generally pretty good year that you should fare well in. The Tiger. During the year of the Rooster, you may find that you seem to be fighting for what you want. You may be almost getting there, but there seems to be a lack of rewards. You expect more, and you can achieve in the year of the Rooster, but it's not your best year, but it's fine. You know, it's not terrible. So you might be fighting hard but not getting the full rewards, but you still do all right. You know, you should be okay. Your general financial prospects are generally pretty good for this year. You could receive promotions, and it's so if you're in sales, for example, this is a good year for any Tiger person that's in selling, because they could achieve good results. It's like, you know, you'll be working very, very hard, and like I said, although you get the feeling that you're not achieving as much as you could, when you actually add it up at the end of the year, you've actually done pretty well. It's like you have to put a lot of effort in for it. Again, it's not bad for love, for singles, for this year, and you should be generally all right. Those in relationships as well should find that there'll be plenty of activity, but don't get involved in arguments with people, because actually, although the Tiger is used to winning, you could lose a lot. Your strength is weaker. You're likely to lose more in arguments than you will gain. So, you know, put those claws away. Next sign is the Rabbit. Now, in the year of the Rooster, you're kind of, it's a contrary energy to what you're used to. Now, the time of the Rooster, particularly a fire rooster, is, like I said, it's going to be a very energetic time. And the Rabbit is a much more laid-back type of star sign. So it doesn't bode well with the energy of the Rooster. You'll feel frustrated. You'll feel anxious. You'll want peace and quiet. So I should imagine that you will get fairly hectic times during this year. So you have to be cautious, I think, for your sign. You need better to be a lender. Don't go borrowing money. Money borrowed at this time would not be a good thing to be too much of, you know. And so you'll also be slow about making financial decisions this year. It's a difficult year for you, but it's not a bad year. You know, it's just the energy's kind of against you. That's the way the Chinese think of this. You can still grow, you know, with businesses and things like that. You know, it's not going to be an impossible year for you, and you'll it's probably just a bit all too hectic for you, and future years will get a bit easier. If you were born on the year of the Dragon, this could be a very powerful year for you. As a dragon, you like energy, and the Rooster and the Rooster's energy and yours sort of work well together. So you should, in this year, make a lot of success. You should have a lot of new friendships, and the business could be extremely good. So this is a very positive year for the year of the Dragon people. You might have a natural ability to attract money towards you during this year. There's good cash flow, so very good if you're in business generally, and you might be spending out on quite a few luxuries. The Dragon can be a bit self-centered sometimes. They kind of fall in love with themselves. But I think this sort of energy that you've got around you will make you a lot more open, much more open-hearted, and probably a bit more loving. So good things perhaps on the romantic front for you if you change your attitude with the energy of the times. So you need things that are full of energy. You don't want anything that is dull or boring. You want to be going with the flow of what you know. Go with the fire of the time of the Fire Rooster. This is a good year. Run with it. If you were born in the year of the Snake, then this year with the Rooster energy may encourage you to make quite a few changes in your life. It could be a time of rebirth. You think about the snake. It sheds its skin. It's a symbol of rebirth, of being reborn. It may be that this year is just the push you need, just the energy you need to start making some major changes in your life. You get frustrated if things are in a standstill for too long. So this could be a good time for making changes. Generally, financially, it's supposed to be a good time for you. Any financial changes you make this year will be for the better. You might develop some new skills. Try something new, because it's like the snake requires energy to make it work. It has to lay in the sun to get its body heat. So the rooster's energy is good for you, particularly fire energy. It's like heating you up. It's getting you moving, getting you going. So go with the flow of things. You might find that you become a different type of person. You might start to shine, basically. And in terms of love side of your life, that could be quite good, because it will add energy to your existing love life, or add energy to any new ones that are in your life. So you obviously, the new energy is going to help you to be a leader, not a follower. Don't copy others. Be your own person. So this could be a good year for you, and that you've got the energy to do what you hope to do. Year of the horse. If you were born in the year of the horse, this year of the rooster could be a little bit difficult for you in some respects, because as a horse you're a very impulsive person, and your impulsive ways, if you add all this energy of the rooster to you, is going to make it a bit difficult. The rooster is also a sign that is like I said at the beginning, a bit OCD. It wants everything in its place. It's very orderly. You as a horse like to rush into things. You like to gallop ahead. So there's a bit of a contrary energy for you. It could mean that you have to sometimes wait a bit longer than you'd have hoped for what you want. You have to. Things have got to be done properly in the year of the rooster. You should be all right financially. You could be involved in some overseas travel, particularly. So make the most of this time. There could be some good opportunities to do lots of new things for you. You often find it, in terms of relationships and things, the horse sign sometimes finds it difficult to make friends. But this new energy around you should maybe help you to make some new starts with it. I think you'll find that good. I think go for it this year. You should be pretty. Should be fine on relationship side. So you can get ahead this year. It is fine for you, but try to tame that impulsive nature, because this time this rooster energy is one of doing things a little bit more orderly, and doing things very much on time, and timekeeping is important to remember. If you're born on the year of the sheep, it's a more difficult year for the sheep, I have to say. Generally, the year of the rooster is not bad for everybody, really. It's not a negative year, but you'll probably be more inclined as the sheep sign to sort of stay out of the spotlight this year. You can get a bit, you can feel discontented and disharmonious. So it may be best for you to, it's probably be more of a year of plodding for you, despite all the energy that I've talked about. It's still quite a good time, nonetheless, to start new projects and things. I think for yourself, for the sheep sign, it tends to be a slower start than a lot of the other signs. But you need to get the start right. So if your new business, get it right from the beginning. If your new job, get it right from the beginning. And you will find that in this year, people will lend you support. So look for that. Look for support in what you do. The sheep tends to be a sign that lets their heart rule the head. The sheep are also known to be a little bit clingy. They can be a bit dependent when they in their affections and things like that. But this year, you'll get your chance this year to perhaps be a bit more independent in some respects. That might be good for you. Although I've mentioned you might get support in things like your monetary things, I think emotionally you might be a bit more independent. Careful what you say though, because you might say the wrong thing and get yourself in trouble. Year of the monkey. Monkeys are usually the optimistic sign. They're very always looking on the bright side. The glass is, you know, half full, it's not half empty, which is a good thing in most cases. But roosters, where there's a kind of a bit more of a, they don't like that. They're very much a realist. So you've got this fight against realism. So you've got to have to play it a bit more easy. I think sometimes you need to keep a few more secrets. The monkey tends to be a bit of a blabbermouth. And you need to play your cards close to your chest so that you don't just jump in all the time. And that would probably help you through a little bit more in the energy of these times. You could, again, there could be new roles for you in terms of money and jobs. This is also a time when something like a hobby can turn into the reality of a job, or thoughts of an investment that you've not thought about, you've had in the back of your mind for a long term, can come to fruition. So it's not a bad time for you money wise. This isn't really the most romantic of years, they say. You have plenty of friends. Monkeys tend to attract quite a lot of friends. They're chatterboxes too, so they tend to like a lot of gossip, so careful what you say. But I think it's a time really for you to have activities with lots of people, lots of socialising, but the truly intimate relationships may take a little while coming. But there again, you know, you're a sign that's liked by many people, so you know, who knows, things might come the right way for you. It's just the general energy of the time tends to be more socialising than intimacy. The sign of the rooster. Okay, it's your year. This is a good time. You know, want to make the best of these times. You've got the right energy, so you'll be finding yourself synchronizing. You'll be, you know, finding yourself. You'll be in the right time, the right place, the right people, doing the right thing, and everything could go well for you. So doors may open for you this year. So don't hold back, because this is a good year to actually take advantage of the good energy around you and make major advances. Again, you could, if you wanted to change career and things, yes, you could easily find a new direction. You could find advancement in your own career as it stands. The world's your oyster, really, and there's many opportunities in all sorts of different directions for you. There's even sort of luck could come your way. You know, I don't encourage gambling, but you know, this is the time when you might win some money. And so there could be windfalls, perhaps if you made an investment or a property sale or something like that. Those sort of things could all, you know, come up trumps for you. You should be a good year for romance generally. Be outward going. You'll find that people will respond to you very well. You like flattery, you'll get some. So take it. Have a bit of fun this year. Go with it. You know. Normally you expect too much of things, and this time, you know, what you expect does come around. So don't look back, look forward. It's a good year for you. If you're from the year of the dog, it's quite a difficult time, as I said right at the start of this video. The energy you have and the energy the rooster has are very different. The rooster demands a sort of certain amount of conformity. Because you know they're pedantic sort of sign in some respects, but you know you can still, you know, find new opportunities. But you may and you know there could be good opportunities in things like study, training, journeys and travel are good for you this year. You may find, you know, a lot of the things you may find conflicts of interest sometimes. The things you want to do tend to be different to what everybody else wants to do. But it should nonetheless still be a reasonably good year for you. You could find that money starts to run out this year. In terms of finances, you've got to have to be a bit cautious with it. You need to invest in the longer term rather than the short term gains. Also, again, there could be a certain amount of jealousy around you in terms of your relationships and some mistrust. So, again, you know, you're going to have to deal with some of those things this year. So don't let them disappoint you. I mean, it could be a few non-starters this year if you're into into finding a new relationship. So it's not going to, people are not going to fall at your feet. But you know, so anything that you achieve is going to take a bit of effort on the romantic front and on the financial. But don't get into tempers with people. That could be another fault this year, because there's a lot of energy around with the Rooster, and your sign is likely to want to sort of respond with fight fire with fire. So temper that. Year of the Pig. Try not to be drawn into dramas this year with people. A lot of energy around, like I say, with the Rooster year, and it could be difficult if you sort of make mountains out of molehills. That's what I'm saying here. There's times when you can feel a bit alone this year, but that will pass, and you will find that you will gradually, as the year progresses, come closer to people. It's a year when you can splash a bit of cash. There's the opportunity of plenty of money coming your way this year, and any new projects, new adventures, things like that can be pretty good for you. So it's a lucky year. There's lots of new things happening. This is the feeling that is given for this year. New people coming into your life, and may start the beginning of a new relationship for you. You tend to look back at past failures and things like that, so don't do that. Try to look forward this year. There's a tendency with this energy around for you to look backwards. And if you want, a relationship that might have been just in getting started in 2016 could sort of come alive this year very much. So it would be quite a year when you'll find a lot of things in your life, particularly your emotional life, are being shaken up. So don't rely on what you've done in the past. This is a year for new changes for you, new opportunities. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my short little piece about how we'll all fare in the year of the Rooster. I'm a snake. I don't know what you are, but if you want to find out what your sign is, and none of this makes sense to you, have a look at my website where there's a bit more details about how the signs get on with one another and some of the basics of Chinese astrology. Jane and I now do our spiritual work for our foundation. All the profits that come from things like our conferences and theatres and workshops and all those exciting things now go into this foundation, which ultimately has the long-term plan of building centres in the UK and maybe around the world one day. But meanwhile, we've been doing a lot of direct spiritual work with it. We've been going out, feeding people in India, giving to the destitute, giving to beggars. We've helped feed schools, helped orphanages, and we've even given cows to older people that have no other form of income. So mediumship can change your life, but it can also help people directly in the world. So go to the links at the end and find out all about what Jane and I are trying to do. And you can do a lot just by sharing these videos on social media. Help us get the word out. Help us to do something really good in this world. Click on this picture of me to subscribe to our channel and see all of our latest videos as soon as they're published. Or click on this next video for more of our stuff.